So today we're going to break down chicken. I mean, some people might call it butchering a chicken. I don't call it that because butchering involves a whole lot more disgusting stuff that we're not going to do here today. So we're going to be breaking it down piece by piece so the pieces can be cooked individually. And we're going to use a boning knife. I usually use Wusthof knives, but they're out being sharpened right now, so this is just a substitute. So we're going to start with the wings. We're going to cut back right where the wing meets the body and kind of pop it out of place so the joint pops out, and then just cut right around the joint piece. It'll come right off. We'll do the same thing on the other side. And then we're going to cut off these end pieces. Now I'm going to use a chef's knife to do that. I usually save these end pieces for making stock. Put them here on this sizzle plate. This is a sizzle plate. These are great things to have in the kitchen. They can take high heat. They're heavy gauge aluminum. I get mine from a company called JB Prince. They sell for about $7.50 a piece. You can get them for less from other different ones from other companies, but I think the ones from JB Prince are really well made. Try to work as clean as you can. I dried off the bird a little bit before I started so there wouldn't be a lot of liquid coming out. Next we're going to do the leg. So separate the leg from the body. You can see there's a flap of skin here and there's nothing underneath. We're going to cut right through that, and we're going to cut around, staying close to the body of the bird. And then as we go over the back, you'll see a lump right here. We want to make sure we get that lump in what we're cutting. So we're going to cut right up against the bird, right around that lump, then right down along the body of the bird like this till it comes off there. Now, if you want to separate the leg from the thigh, there is a fat line right here. You can, if you fold it, you can see the fat line. Just want to put your knife right on that fat line, and the two will come apart very easily. Let's do the other leg, same way. Separate it, cut into the skin, come around the back, make sure you get that lump that's there, and then cut right along the body of the bird. And then I'll separate these like I did before, right along that fat line, cut right along that fat line, and it will come right apart. Now, to do the breasts, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the breast from the bone. Now, if you wanted to keep the bone on the breast, what you'd want to do is take kitchen shears and cut right along here and right along the other side, and then kitchen shears right down the middle. But what we're going to do is we're going to separate the breast from the bone. So first we're going to cut right down the middle, and you're going to come out on one side or the other of the bone that's in the center. You want to keep your knife right up against that bone and trim right along there so that all the meat comes off the bone. Just like that. All right, then we have the breast separated. We can remove any excess fat, throw that away. We'll do the same thing with the other side. We want to stay close to the bone and just run the knife along the bone like this. Got a little bit of left on bone there that I shouldn't have. Hardly ever works perfectly. This one worked pretty well. And now these, by the way, on the backs of the breast, this is called the tenderloin. Chicken tenders, actually. So you can cut those off. You can use those separately, or you can cook them with the breast. Here's the other one on this side. We're going to cut that one off there. So we have the two tenders separately. We have the two breasts that have been removed from the bone. And now we have, what we have left is bones, basically. This is the back. What I normally do is I try to get as much of this fat off of here as possible. Then I freeze these, and I use these to make chicken stock. And the more fat you can get off now, the less fat you will have to get out of your stock. And as you can see, there's hardly any fat left on this carcass. So that was how to break down a chicken.